block.
On a spot, the Community Development Chairman Uche Nduwele said efforts to channel the flood to flow through the drainages have not yielded results.
The flood is disturbing us for some years now. We are begging River State government to come and help us. We are still begging federal government to put eye into Mpolu Road. Let them see how they can help us. The community have put effort. We have tried our best so that we can see how the flood can move, but no way. That is beyond our power. We are begging government to have where they can pass through and do canal for us so that the water will move. When the flood moves, no more business, no more movement. Go to junction now, go see how some buildings there. Some buildings don't they collapse.
Our correspondent who visited the area reports that many homes get flooded whenever it rains. Motorists also face difficulties due to the flood level on rainy days. Some residents spoke on this.
If rain fall, nobody dey pass. Keke no dey pass. We dey for suffer. We need government to help us.
It affects the whole of the shop. Nobody comes to buy something from you for like 3 hours. Nothing can be able to pass. Government should help the people of Mpolu, especially those doing their businesses, by putting drainage.
Motor self no dey pass. Even with the lights, no people pass. People shop, na so in the enter. What is the cause? The gutter no dey wide enough for the flood to be passing.
As you can see, Mpolu Road, you can lead from here to the South Road to Airport Road, Rumokoro. So it's happened the masses, not just only Mpolu people. So I'm begging the federal government and the state government, the local government also to assist us to come to our aid.
Moving on, a community leader in Eche local government area of River State, Lovedale Okere, is calling on the state government to revisit all agricultural projects in the state, including the abandoned demonstration farms and seed multiplication areas in different local governments in the state. Mr. Lovedale said this on Nigeria Info's Morning Crossfire.
There is no continuity in River State government after government in terms of continuing a well thought out plan on how to engage people through agriculture. Even if there is no commissioner, there are other people that are there. That is why it is called an institution. That's what we always call agri-extension officers. You see government deploying these people to communities. They decide to help local farmers to produce foods. This is one way that government was. So at the end of the day, when the farmers produce, they will, even if they are coming to sell, they are selling to the general public. There will be sufficient food and the price of food will be drastically reduced.
Also speaking, Christian Kalabe, the Chief Liaison Officer representing Ban Ogai Tai, the host communities of the Songhai Farm, called on the state government to ensure that host communities benefit from the farm.
When the farm was going on, there was a lot of farmers from the both communities entering into the farm. There were employment of youth. There was no hunger in the fight again. The one we came in by 2017, when I think officers tell you everything is already gone, trying to manage the ones they have. As they are trying to resume, I want them to cooperate with the community, Bono community and Bango community. Then youth employment and empowerment, any package they are running on the farm, our youth should be able to train on those skills. Then family for young children, bring their facilities. They should start to develop the communities that are hosting them.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency NDLEA in River State says 90 drug offenders have been convicted out of the 210 suspects arrested from January to September. The Deputy State Commander of Media and Advocacy, Emmanuel Ikechukwu, tells our correspondent that the agency also seized over 300 kilograms of drugs within the period under review.
From January to September, we've been able to convict 90 persons who are serving various jail terms now in prison, including few females among them. We have a total of 323.653 kilograms of seizures from January to September 2023. These seizures include cocaine, heroin, cannabis sativa, Exol, diazepam, tramadol, and such other drugs.
The Deputy State Commander of Media and Advocacy said cannabis sativa, popularly known as Indian hemp, stands out as the most frequently abused drug in Nigeria, including River State. He pointed out the areas in Port Harcourt with a high prevalence of drug dealing and usage.
The areas I know that are high prevalent rate of drug dealing and even use, places like Bonima Wharf, places like town, Lagos area, they say more of, cocaine, heroin in these areas, even meth itself. These are the areas where there's high prevalent rate of drug dealing in Rivers. There are other places, but I'm talking about where it is at the peak.
He also said that the NDLEA successfully rehabilitated 33 drug-dependent individuals between January and September. Now, social media influencers in Rivers State have embarked on a project tour to evaluate the projects undertaken by the chairman of Obiabo local government area, George Ariolo. The tour was to assess the chairman's performance over the past 2.5 years. Speaking on behalf of the group, Divine Obiajunwa commended the council chairman for his remarkable contributions to the development of the local government area. Obiajunwa highlighted that Mr. Ariolo has redefined grassroots governance through people-oriented projects. He also encouraged other local government chairpersons in the state to follow suit in their respective areas.
We've been conducted around the projects. We are very much impressed. The chairman has been able to live up to expectation, utilizing the resources allotted to him to the good of the people. We learned there was no secondary school in the whole of Moji community, and in less than 1 year, he is about completing a 19 classroom block. He is laudable. This shows that some persons are in public service to serve the people and use the money for the good of the people. I want to encourage other local government chairmen. If you're given opportunity to serve the people, it's not for you to use it for your personal aggrandizement.
Other team members, Dagogo Achese and Bright Nokam, also shared their thought as well.
As the media team, we have been taking to some of the projects, which may include the Yensomezewo Wiki administrative building, the legislative building in the council premises. We also went to the Oginiba market, and then we are here now at the postgraduate students hostel block here in the Rivers State University. The chairman has been able to look at some of the felt needs of the people, and he has delivered. For me, I'm very much impressed. Looking at the quality of the projects that have been executed.
With the level of work done by TG Ariolo, he has changed the narrative of local government. I was overwhelmed when I went to Urumolumene, when I saw the constructed road with street lights. The standard of that road is the state government standard. George has performed beyond human imagination.
Correspondent Mekotoka reports that some of the projects visited include the ongoing construction of a 19-classroom block in Woji, the development of a community secondary school in Rumomoy, the renovation of postgraduate hostel blocks at River State University, ongoing construction of 20 lock-up stores at Oginiwa, among others. Still to come, Supreme Court fixes date to hear appeals seeking fresh evidence against President Tinubu. Stay with us.
Happy birthday.
Former Commissioner for Information in Rivers State, Ibim Semenitari, has charged women journalists to be intentional about breaking the gender bias in the profession. Mrs. Semenitari said this during a one-day virtual training on improving the capacity of women to become expert sources for news, organized by Step Up for Women in Journalism Initiative.
One of the places journalists go to is social media. So be visible on social media. Use it, but use it well. If people are not hearing your opinion on social media, they don't know that if they come to you, have something to say. So be honest, all right? There's nothing that damages your relationship with journalists as much as being, if you're not sure, don't put. Break it down, be accessible. Part of the problem you would have is not being accessible to people, is so that people understand what it is they're dealing with.
On her part, the executive director of the initiative, Anne Godwin, spoke of the significance of the initiative.
As women, we are to impact the nation. So have it in mind that the nation is waiting for you. So you don't just sit back. There is need for us to reawaken the fire in us. What is happening in Nigeria today demands that we speak up. That is why our hashtag is Women Speak Up. Yes, we've been talking that there is need for us to up the anthem. We are not yet there. We also need to be consistently firing. I also want to encourage you, when opportunity comes, don't reject it.
The online training had two other veteran journalists as speakers, Leko Otufo-Duri and Ignatius Chukwu. The training was supported by Wole Soyinka Center for Investigative Journalism under its Report Women program, funded by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. The Supreme Court has fixed Monday for hearing in the appeal of the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar seeking the nullification of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's victory at the presidential election. The Apex Court will same day hear the motion of the PDP presidential candidate seeking to bring fresh evidence to prove that President Bola Tinubu submitted forged certificate to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has directed the withdrawal of the nomination of Imam Kashim Imam to serve as the chairman of the board of directors of the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, FERMA. A statement from the presidency said the withdrawal of the nomination is directed with immediate effect. The statement said all other appointments to the board and executive management team of FERMA are not affected by the directive. The Chairman, House of Representative Committee on University Education, Abubakar Fulata, has called for salary increment for primary, secondary and university teachers. Mr. Fulata said primary school teachers should earn 250,000 naira, while 500,000 naira should be paid to secondary school teachers and 1 million naira to university lecturers as monthly remuneration. On the international scene, U.S. President Joe Biden has delivered a televised speech on the U.S. response to Hamas' attack against Israel. He said he would ask U.S. Congress for billions of dollars for Israel and Ukraine, saying abandoning U.S. allies was just not worth it.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Now that's a wrap on the Minister of Labour of deviating from agreement. Oil marketers and the NNPCL have disagreed over petrol supply. Residents are worried about the persistent flash floods in Port Harcourt. The NDLEA says it convicted 90 drug offenders in 9 months in Rivers State. The Supreme Court has fixed date to hear appeals seeking fresh evidence against President Tinubu. On the foreign scene, U.S. President Joe Biden is to ask Congress for funds for Israel and Ukraine. The news was edited by Chioma Ezenwafo. You can see pictures and watch videos of news stories when you like us on Facebook and follow us on X at Nigeria Info PH, on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM_PH. For any eyewitness report and breaking news, text and send your WhatsApp pictures and videos to our news desk line on 0808 721 7215. Peace is the path to the prosperity of the nation. let peace reign. I am King Ife Moyeli. Many thanks for listening.